Croissants are one of the most notoriously difficult pastries to make. Today I will make one for the very first time in my life, following a bunch of internet tutorials. And no matter how it turns out, I will take it to an authentic French bakery and we're gonna compare it to the real deal. Is my croissant gonna be even close to the authentic one? Is it gonna be a total fail? Or is it gonna be even better? Let's find out.
Croissants, or croissants, are truly spectacular. They are thought to be derived from the much older kipferl from Austria. But of course, the French had to put a little French spin on it. Layers upon layers, buttery, rich. Those are the words to describe the croissant. Difficult to make is also an appropriate descriptor. It's a 2 to 3 day precise process, so we better get started.
To make the croissant, first, well, there's a whole bunch of things we need to do. But let's start with just making the dough. This is day one. Big bowl, flour goes in, sugar, little salt. So I'm gonna start mixing with my hands in true authentic fashion. Now I'm gonna make a little well over here.
Our dough also has yeast, and to activate that, I put it in some warm water along with some sugar, and in 10 minutes I had this foamy activated yeast.
So let's put it in. I have some warm milk in here. It has to be warm, not hot, not cold. Okay, and now my favorite part, we gotta get dirty. So normally this is done with a machine, but you know what? The only machine I need are my hands.
Now I just had to mix this up until a shaggy dough was formed, and it was time for the main event, butter.
Isn't this too much?
Wise words. Turns out it was too much, and it was also too warm.
Oh, this feels nice.
So it just resulted in this goopy mess. I tried putting it in the fridge to firm it up, but nope. I did actually screw up my croissant from the first step.
Okay, let's try again.
So I did the whole thing again, and I added a little less butter, and it was looking pretty okay this time.
Alright, we got a little dough of ball. We're gonna knead it. I mean, it feels pretty okay.
I needed this for quite a while. I can't remember how long, but it was enough to make me tired. But I did eventually get a relatively smooth dough, and now I had to shape it into a rectangle, which I just did using my hands, and it's probably not a very good idea to be imprecise, as you'll see later, but this is what I had for now.
Whew, I guess this is step one kinda done. So this is our little doughy rectangle boy. So this will go in the fridge for a day, overnight. It's gonna be overnight. Oh, that was a lot of work. Okay, so today is day 2 of making the croissant. And we gotta take care of the butter.
The butter is probably the most interesting part because we gotta get it into an exact square with exact measurements related to the original dough.
So you gotta go for 15 centimeters.
So I'm not gonna bore you with this part. Just know that I formed the shape out of baking paper and now I had to fill it in with the butter.
I'm just gonna beat it, to be honest. I'm gonna beat my butter. Sorry neighbors, I'm making croissants. Oh god.
I did struggle a bit, but I did it, okay? I managed to make the butter square.
Look at this, guys. Square of butter. Butter square.
So I put that in the fridge to firm it up, and it was time to handle our dough.
Look at that. Light dusting of flour. So this is our dough, and it's been resting in the fridge. Alright, so now we gotta really use our brains here, because we have this, which is about 15 by 15, and I need to make this twice the size of this.
So this part went fine, but then I had to take the butter out.
No! It's fine. Don't worry, guys. We're good. We're still good. We're still good. I have to fold this on top of this. Very nice.
And now the butter was locked in my dough. I made a huge butter ravioli and I was proud of it.
And what I'm gonna do now is I forgot.
After some figuring out, it was time for the lamination process, which is the process of folding and rolling this buttery dough in order to create those signature layers.
Now we're gonna do our first fold. Hopefully it's gonna work out. We're gonna fold it in 3. So I'm gonna take the bottom, fold it on top like this, and then take this top part and fold it over it. It's not that bad. Okay, I'm gonna pop this back in the fridge just so it firms up a bit more until we do our final fold. Oh my god, I'm so nervous. But I think we're on the right track. Like, it doesn't look the best, but we thought while the dough is resting, we can have some fun with with the leftover dough. So this is what I like to call the French Snowman. And we're gonna get this in the oven. What's a French name? Pierre. This is Pierre. I trust you, Pierre. He's just gonna do his thing in the oven. Who knows what's gonna happen to it? Oh, Pierre. Oh no! Pierre has fallen down. No.
Ah. Wait, honestly? Not bad at all. You wanna have some? When I took my dough out, I noticed a major issue. My dough was wider than it was long, which was pretty bad for my final shaping purposes. I decided to push forward with this final fold.
It looks like a freaking snake now. I'm gonna trust the process and try to form my croissants now.
But my next idea, I can only describe as revolutionary and boundary pushing. Something that the greatest croissant makers didn't conceive.
Maybe, what do you think if we do this to it? Like this?
Another fold?
Yeah, and then we roll it
The
out?
Cork Fold?
Yeah, this is the Cork Fold. This is really not traditional, but I decided to fold it like this. This is called the Cork Fold. And it's patent pending by me. Boom.
So after doing the Cork Fold, the only thing left to do almost was rolling this dough out so we can cut our croissants.
Oh no!
The most exciting moment. So I just cut my dough into triangles like this and rolled them out.
Roll it. You know what? Come on, that's pretty cute. That's a cute little quick croissant.
I did that with the rest of them, and I ended up with all these incredibly cute croissants of various shapes and sizes, and I loved every single one of them. Thankfully, I decided to freeze some, and you'll see why later, so we can bake them on another day. But I also wanted to bake some now, and for that I had to proof them under some plastic wrap along with some warm water.
So these guys are gonna proof for about 30 minutes, right? Okay, and look at this. Look at how big they got. Look at this one. This is a chunky boy. So as you can see, they do jiggle a bit. I have this like feeling that I want to crush one, but I'm not gonna do it. Oh, they're very light.
And by the time I brushed them with my egg wash, they were already deflating. And that's because apparently I overproofed them, so I let them become way too big. It was a warm day, so I'm guessing it's because of that. And that resulted in this.
Oh. No, come on. I don't know what happened to them. They were huge, but now they're flat. I think all the air went out or something, but so it looks pretty flat. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. It looks a bit too hard. Oh my God. What is this? What? After all this work, I get this. How is this possible?
Now luckily, remember the ones I put in the freezer? I decided to bake them the next day and proof them a bit less, and they did actually turn out better. Look at that. That almost looks like a croissant, except this one. I don't know what happened to this. The inside was almost the same, so I did completely fail on my layers, but the texture was a bit better. But now it was time to compare it to the real deal authentic croissant. I went to this French bakery. I live in the Netherlands, so this is the Frenchest I can get. And they were kind enough to give me one of their croissants to sample. And look at this bad boy. First of all, it's much bigger, but I think we'll see most of the difference on the inside. Look at that, so many airy layers. You can see it here in the one-to-one comparison, and the taste of this one. Wow. So much more complex, the texture is incomparable, it puts mine to shame. It's flaky, light, buttery, rich, it's just heavenly. And I had lots of fun doing this, I made some mistakes, and ultimately, I learned that there's so much technique and complexity that goes into this. And I honestly wish someday I can go to France and experience it firsthand. But until then, I'll have to stick to this one. Love you guys, see you in a bit.